Royal Enfield Himalayan. Review a strangely appealing small adventure bike.
The Royal Enfield Himalayan is not a bike aimed at our market, but it turns out it's extremely popular over here regardless. If you want to cross a continent on bad roads, or ride into the Himalayas perhaps, then it would excel, but on fast UK roads it struggles. If it had the new 650 twin found in the Royal Enfield Interceptor and the associated 46 brake horsepower, then it could be a serious mainstream contender, but alas, we don't expect a Royal Enfield Himalayan 650 anytime soon.
We first saw the Royal Enfield Himalayan in 2015 and it showed a lot of promise.
We then rode it in through the Himalayan mountains in India, but back then it was carbureted and not destined for the UK. Fast forward to 2018 and it gained Euro 4 certification with fuel injection, a CAT converter and ABS.
So how does it handle things here in Blighty? Ride quality and brakes. Taking the Royal Enfield Himalayan on B roads highlights other problems. Firing into the first corner, I pulled the front brake only for the lever to come most of the way back. Thankfully the rear has a bit more gusto. Leave off the brakes, try to carry more corner speed and it all goes a bit loopy as the soft suspension begins to struggle. Head off-road, however, and all is forgiven. Where the power delivery is lacking on the road, in slimy mud it's confidence-inspiring. The suspension too comes into its own as the long travel, 200mm front, 180mm rear, soaks up all but the biggest bumps. Engine.
The Royal Enfield Himalayan's 410 cubic centimeters air-cooled single makes just 24.5 brake horsepower, and that's not enough for fast-paced UK roads, which presumably is why Royal Enfield say it's built for no roads. The 2018 version of the bike has fuel injection but still uses a choke-style fast idle lever to start from cold, a veritable relic these days. The engine's shortcomings are less obvious off-road, but it still seems a shame that you can't get the Himalayan with the 650 parallel twin engine from the Royal Enfield Interceptor instead.
We are assured that's not coming to the lineup, though. Reliability and build quality.
The simplicity of the Royal Enfield Himalayan means there's not an awful lot to go wrong, and early indications are that the reliability is good.
In May 2020 a recall was issued for this bike due to corroding biber brake calipers. We've got quite a few Royal Enfield Himalayan owners' reviews on the site, and it scores well.
Negative comments, however, include wooden brakes, bad finishing on some surfaces, electrical issues and of course a lack of power, as our reviewer mentioned.
Several comment on its perceived poor build quality.
Value versus rivals. At £3,999 when launched, and £4,699 in 2022, the Royal Enfield Himalayan one of the cheapest bikes going. Compared to the rivals, you save a chunk over the Suzuki V-Strom 250, £4,599, BMW G310Gs, £5,100, and Kawasaki Versys, £5,149. Some fag packet maths suggest you could fly to India, buy a Himalayan, ride it to the UK, hang it on the wall as a souvenir and buy another to ride around on all for less than the cost of a fully spec GS.
Gets you thinking, doesn't it?
The official service interval for valve clearance check is just 3,000 miles, but owners report that they can get away with every other one.